To our top story, the High Court has this evening barred police from filing any criminal case against Miguna Miguna anywhere in the country before they purge the contempt of court for failing to deliver him in court.
Justice Luka Kimari exonerated the IG from blame, saying the DCI did not comply with the court order. Instead of arraigning Miguna at the Milimani High Court, they took him to Kajiado Law Court, contrary to the High Court order. He be produced before Justice Kimaru this morning.
The DCI kept shuffling Miguna between Milimani, Kajiado and an unknown police station where they are now holding him.
Leila Mohammed joins us live from Milimani and tells us the highlights of what happened in court, where she has been all day. The top question tonight on many people's minds is, where is Miguna Miguna?
Indeed, a good question, Mark Masai there. Where is Miguna Miguna? Your guess is as good as mine. Just now, lawyers Cliff Mbeta and his colleague are giving journalists a breakdown of what happened during the day. Miguna Miguna was expected in court at 3 p.m. this evening. That has not happened, and that was even after Justice Luka Kimari had given an express court order asking that the police release him without any other formalities, and this is the statement he gave inside the courtroom earlier.
In view of the sentiments expressed above by this court to the effect that the applicant's rights to sue the second and third respondents for illegal detention has accrued, and in view of the fact that the applicant has already been produced before a court of competent jurisdiction, it may not be appropriate for this court to require appearance of the second and third respondent because it will not serve any useful purpose. For the above reasons, the applicant shall be allowed in terms of the orders issued by this court in their foregoing paragraphs. It is so ordered. I've been informed by my orderly that he's in this building. Okay? Okay? So, pursuant to my order, he'll be released. People shouting, Miguna will be released. So there's no problem. If you heard what I said, if he has not been charged before the court, I've already released him. Yes. If he has been charged in court, I've already again released him.
Well, NASA leader Leila Odinga left the premises of Milimani Law Court at around 7:20 p.m. A very bitter person after waiting for hours, hoping that he would see Miguna Miguna, but that was not the case. This is after he and a team of lawyers and members of parliament from the NASA coalition literally crisscrossed various premises within the Milimani Law Courts looking for Miguna Miguna. This is after that statement by Justice Luka Kimari that he had been informed by the court orderlies that Miguna Miguna had been brought to the court premises with regards to that court order from Kajiado. Resident Magistrate Edwin Mohochi had ordered that he should be brought here by 3 p.m. Remember, earlier in the day he had been brought to Kajiado and was charged. He was facing 3 charges, one of belonging to an illegal organization, one or administering an illegal oath, and another one. Miguna Miguna was not able to take plea in that case. This is because his team of lawyers asked the court not for him to take that plea, and this was what the court had granted him, and it was expected that he would be here earlier. The judge, Luka Kimari, had waited until about 4:15 thereabout, hoping that he would be personally brought to the court, and there was a whole of furor by the NASA coalition personalities who had come here, and they were chanting that they wanted to see physically Miguna Miguna being brought to court. And after that very sincere act by the judge that he was within the precincts of the court, immediately after he left, his team of lawyers went down to the cells looking for him, and they were not able to find him, but Resident Magistrate Edwin Mohochi had given an order earlier in the day, and this is what he had to say.
It will be improper for this court to delve into issues that are currently pending before the Superior Court, that's the High Court. So it is, however, critical to point out that under Article 49 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, the suspect herein is entitled to a plethora of rights. He is, for instance, supposed to be produced before court within 24 hours after arrest. He is also entitled to bail unless there are compelling reasons which militate against his being released on bail. These rights are enshrined in our country's supreme law, and no one should be permitted to trample upon them with impunity.
Well, Miguna Miguna, for the second time running, has not been able to be produced in this court of law. Earlier in the day, the Inspector General of Police was represented here by an Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of legal affairs, and the Director of Criminal Investigations, George Kinoti, was also represented by a Senior Superintendent of Police, Mr. Amos Omuga, in charge of legal affairs. But those two gentlemen were not allowed to speak in front of the court. Lawyers representing Miguna Miguna had denied them that opportunity to speak, saying that it was expected that the Inspector General of Police would be able to come into the courtroom and explain himself why Miguna Miguna, despite there being a court order releasing him, that order had not been fashioned. But at the evening, he was relieved almost of all the blame, saying that he had directed the DCI to personally produce Miguna Miguna before the court. So it's been a drama within and without the court. We saw some tear gas canisters being thrown on NASA supporters earlier in the morning when they were being dispersed. There were groups of people outside these premises, the police ensuring that this facility was as safe as possible. Raila Odinga himself coming back here at around 3 p.m. hoping that he would go back with his NRM self-declared general, but this was not to happen. So it is expected that in the next few days, Miguna Miguna will be a free man, waiting for the 14th of February when he's expected to appear before that Kajiado court to answer to those 3 charges laid against him this morning.